A mother left for her night shift trusting the one person she loved most to protect her baby. She came home to find her 4-month-old daughter covered in bruises, barely breathing. What happened in those few hours would destroy everything. In the early morning hours of July 21, 2024, a terrified mother in Michigan made a frantic 911 call that would uncover one of the most disturbing child abuse cases in recent memory. Amber McCall had just returned home from her evening shift at McDonald's. Before leaving for work earlier that day, she had trusted her 4-month-old daughter, Renzy, with the one person she believed would protect her, her girlfriend, 31-year-old Savannah Miller. But when Amber got home around 2 a.m., something immediately felt wrong. Savannah wasn't answering the phone. She wouldn't open the apartment door. Amber pounded on the windows and yelled for her to wake up. Eventually, the door opened, and Savannah stumbled away in a dazed state before collapsing back onto the bed. That's when Amber saw her baby. Renzy's tiny body was covered in bruises. Her face was swollen. One of her eyes appeared severely injured. Amber later told investigators that her daughter had been perfectly fine when she left for work only hours earlier. Now, the baby was barely breathing. As Amber screamed for help, emergency dispatchers rushed EMS to the apartment. In the background of the 911 call, Amber could be heard crying and demanding answers from Savannah. "What did you do to my baby?" Paramedics arrived within minutes and immediately realized the infant's condition was critical. Doctors would later tell deputies that Renzy appeared to have been severely beaten. One of her pupils was blown, a possible sign of traumatic brain injury. While the baby was rushed to the hospital, deputies stayed behind to question Savannah Miller. At first, Savannah denied drinking alcohol. She told officers she had only taken her prescription medication and smoked THC before lying down. But as deputies continued questioning her, her story began to unravel. Eventually, she admitted she had been drinking Fireball whiskey that night while also taking several medications, including trazodone, a powerful antidepressant often used for sleep. Investigators later discovered her blood alcohol level was 0.156, nearly twice the legal driving limit. Savannah's behavior during questioning shocked investigators. While officers explained that a 4-month-old baby was fighting for her life, Savannah rambled about children's television shows playing in the apartment and struggled to stay coherent. She claimed Renzy had simply fallen several times. First, she said the baby rolled off the bed. Then she claimed the child had fallen off a kitchen counter and hit her head against a wall. But she couldn't clearly explain when it happened, or how. Investigators quickly realized the injuries didn't match Savannah's story. At the hospital, doctors documented devastating trauma across Renzy's body, including severe brain swelling and bleeding. Medical professionals later concluded that the injuries were far too extensive to have been caused by short falls. As detectives dug deeper, they uncovered disturbing details about Savannah's past. Court records revealed that Savannah was already known to Child Protective Services. Authorities discovered a history involving more than 100 abuse and neglect complaints over a 4-year period, many allegedly connected to alcohol or drug use. Despite the repeated investigations, she had never lost custody of her children and had never been criminally charged in those previous cases. Amber later told investigators that she had only known Savannah for about 4 months. The two met while in rehab, and Amber said she had never personally seen Savannah intoxicated before that night. But looking back, Amber remembered subtle warning signs. In the days leading up to the attack, baby Renzy had started crying whenever Savannah held her. Amber even jokingly asked Savannah if she had been hurting the baby, though deep down, she admitted later, part of her wasn't entirely joking. Now, that thought haunted her. 4 days, doctors fought to save Renzy's life. But the damage was catastrophic. On July 24, 2024, 4-month-old Renzy was removed from life support. She died 8 hours later. The medical examiner determined her cause of death was craniocerebral trauma, severe trauma to the brain and skull. After the baby's death, Amber confronted Savannah over a jail video call. Through tears and rage, she demanded to know why this had happened. Savannah admitted she had been drinking but claimed she couldn't fully remember what she had done. Amber could only think about everything her daughter would never experience. Her first birthday, her first holidays, her future. All of it was gone. Savannah Miller was eventually charged with second-degree child abuse and second-degree homicide. She later pleaded no contest and was found guilty on both charges. During sentencing, Savannah told the court she would never forgive herself for the pain she caused Amber and her family. But for many, those words meant little. A 4-month-old baby was dead, and the person trusted to protect her was the one responsible for ending her life. In June of 2025, Savannah Miller was sentenced to 6 to 10 years for child abuse and 40 to 80 years for homicide. She will not be eligible for parole until 2064, when she is 71 years old.